Are you ready to park the car and have it yard and then go over and get a cup of tea? Let's go. Welcome back, everybody, to my summertime channel, where here I do my best to inspire all of you to create your happy. The last two vlogs I've posted have been focused on something that makes me really happy, which is afternoon tea. And in the first one, we did a Mother's Day afternoon tea setup at home using some grocery store and Trader Joe's, and I think it was World Market findings. The second vlog had everything to do with afternoon tea in two special places in London. And today's vlog, which is just the part three of a series of afternoon teas, it's all about afternoon teas in Massachusetts. I've collected some experiences over the last year or so with my family. So I thought I'd share with you four places we've gone that two in Boston, one in Walpole, and one in Waltham, all of which are still in existence, which is great. So in the description below, I'm including the links to all four of these locations. So you can see if you're interested because you're visiting Massachusetts or you live in Massachusetts and you want to go and experience these afternoon teas, I encourage you to go because all four got a thumbs up from me. The first one we're going to go to together is not so far from where I live, and it's called Fancy That in Walpole, Massachusetts. This is an adorable little tiny house on, I believe it's Route 1A, and every room is themed out with some really fun Victorian, colorful, pink and pastel ambiance. So the good news is I was able to capture all these different rooms because when my daughter and I went, there was nobody there. It was a very rare situation because I can attest that every time we drive by this place, the parking lot is packed. And anytime I would try to get a reservation, it was always you have to wait for several months. We just got really lucky. There was a cancellation when I called, and we were able to scoot in, and maybe it was just the perfect day because not only was it awesome to enjoy an afternoon tea finally at, at the table of Fancy That, but we also got the place to ourselves. So get your cup of tea, sit back and enjoy Fancy That. What do you think about that sparkly macaroon? I loved it. It was really yummy. The next place I'd like to take you, we're going to leave Walpole, Massachusetts and go to Waltham, Massachusetts to a place called the Tea Leaf. What's unique about the Tea Leaf is that it's not just a tea room, it's also an art gallery. When we went, it was about a year and a half ago. So, what I do know about it is I believe they've moved locations since, but they're still in Waltham. So the website is going to be in the link below on in the description. But what you're going to see in the video is probably going to look a little different in their newer location. But I want to stress that of all four teas, the savories from the chef at this place stood out as the best one out of all four. I just remember being overwhelmed with how delicious the savories, meaning the sandwiches, but you're going to see when they bring out the tea tray with all the goodies on it. Yes, the desserts look amazing. The scones are gorgeous, but particular the bottom plate that has all the savory sandwiches, you're going to see it just overflows with deliciousness. That's the best way I can describe it. You're also going to notice they bring all four servings on one large tea three-tiered presentation platter. So they're all in. The tea was good, but the food was great. And you'll also see they have hats, those hats that everybody's wearing, they are, we'll just say community hats. So just be aware that you want to make sure if you do it, that you ask that they've probably sprayed the hats. But we did use the hats at the end. You'll see we're all wearing our tea hats at the very end in a nice little pose. So enjoy going to the tea leaf. My cup is halfway finished. So while you're doing that, I may go and get a refill. But enjoy the tea leaf in Waltham. Did you see the filet mignon? That little filet mignon sandwich with horseradish. Oh, and the other, like my second favorite, it was the smoked salmon and cucumber sandwich. To die for. Amazing. All right, so we're going to leave Waltham and now we're going to head on to Boston. We're not so far from where the Boston Tea Party was, actually. We're going to go to a place called the Silver Dove, and the Silver Dove is right on Tremont Street. It's actually a really awesome location, right? Really, really, really close to Government Center. So if you're visiting Massachusetts, and you're going to do the Freedom Trail or you're just going to walk around and look at all of the historical areas, this is very convenient from a location spot. Um, the space isn't huge. It's a long, almost like a galleyway little restaurant, but it is convenient. So highly, highly, highly recommend. So at the Silver Dove, the one thing I do remember clearly is there was a really fun Instagram wall with a bunch of roses on it. So it was fun for me and for my kids who like to do the Instagram photos. So I would say if you have anybody in your party that would want to enjoy doing that, you have that little Instagram moment. The presentation of food is also really, really pretty. So if you like to take pictures of your food, you're going to see there's more actually pictures, I think, than video in this. But the presentation's gorgeous. In the bathroom, there's really quirky pictures of, I think, Queen Victoria and other monarchs of days of old in England. But really just fun ambiance. So I hope you enjoy visit number 3 or stop number 3, the Silver Dove on Tremont Street in Boston. Have fun. Okay, so get ready for our final stop on our little Massachusetts afternoon tea tour. Now we're going to go to a fancy place called the Trifecta at the Four Seasons in Boston. Yes, it is in a beautiful hotel. It's on the main level. Trifecta restaurant is set up where the afternoon tea, there's the restaurant, which is connected to the bar, and then it also sweeps out into almost a feels like a sitting area lobby environment, but it is truly meant for the afternoon tea. So it's not like just random people are sitting in there. Everyone sitting in there is there for the tea experience. When you watch this video, look at the bookcases in there. They're so colorful. It's actually an art piece. And I honestly, I wish I could remember the name of the artist, but there's a plaque saying who created the ambiance in there. But it definitely sets the tone, those bookcases, because when you then see the teapots and the china, they're all tied into the same color tapestry of the space. The teapots are beautiful and they're unique because it's the type of teapot that the teapot's on top and then your cup is on the bottom. So when they serve it, they serve the whole thing together. But then when you go to pour your tea, you take the teapot off and then you pour it in the cup, which is actually kind of a nice touch because the cup is nice and warm. What I also really loved about this experience is that we chose an afternoon tea that was accompanied by some liquor. So, yes, we got the champagne, but it also came with a paired liquor. For me, it was Grand Marnier with my Earl Grey. I don't remember what my husband got, but all I know is we definitely drank all of it and enjoyed every sip. There was also an amuse-bouche that was given to us before the tea actually came. You'll see that as one of the images. It was two little amuse-bouche pieces that had a little piece of banana on top. Don't know what it was, but it was this is definitely, though, a tea if you want to go for just you and your other half, or maybe a really special best friend, or just a special occasion. I recommend it. It is on the priciest side of all four. It is, but you get what you pay for. It's the food was delicious, the drinks were perfect, and the seating comfortable, and the experience beautiful. So let's do our final tea experience and enjoy the trifecta at the Four Seasons Hotel in Boston. Enjoy. So the tour is over. We've gone to four great places here in Massachusetts, but it got me thinking. There's so many other options around here in Massachusetts. I may just have to go to a few more places and share it with all of you on this channel as I go through them. I have an exciting announcement. My husband and I, for our wedding anniversary, we're going to go to the map room at the Boston Public Library, which has a renowned afternoon tea next week. So I'm really excited. I'll take you with us to Boston. We'll go to the public library and I'll have you experience that whole place with me. I've been wanting to go there for a long time, pre-COVID, and I just have not been able to align my schedule with their open hours or their reservations being available. The weekends are always booked out. So I'm so thrilled that I'll be able to go, not just only to experience with the love of my life, but I'm going to capture all of it and share it with all of you. So I will give you one more later on next week. But for now, I hope you enjoyed the four we went to today. Fancy that, the tea leaf, Silver Dove, and lastly, Trifecta. It was such a pleasure to share those stories with you, and I look forward to having more tea and more happy with all of you in the future. Take care.